Hello and welcome to the Dad and Buried podcast. As always, my name is Mike, aka Dad and Buried, and joining me is my lovely co-host, Mom and Buried. Please don't address her by her real name or look her in the eye. She's become a real prima donna. No eye contact. She's got a hell of a ride of green M&Ms. Do you like green M&Ms? And those are the ones that make you horny. Those are the ones that make you horny.
No M&Ms make me horny.
Tell me about it. I like peanut M&Ms, but shut up. I have wisdom teeth. I still have my wisdom teeth. My dentist told me I didn't have to have them taken out because my mouth was big enough to handle them. Fuck you, dentist.
I was actually told the same thing, and then 2 days before my best friend's wedding,
the movie?
They got impacted and they had to be surgically removed, and my face is triple the size
I think
of my
that was
actual
when
face.
we were dating, or maybe not even.
No,
we were
hadn't
just
even
friends,
started
and
yet.
you
We
called
were
me like
friends.
from. No, maybe it was your sister's wedding that you called me from.
No, you called me actually
This is
when I was
killer
getting ready for
content.
my sister's wedding because, you know, he was thirsty.
Okay, so tonight we're talking about things our kids do that annoy us. And what's funny is the last topic was things we wish we knew about parenting before we became parents, and that probably had the most comments that I'd ever gotten. And then this one may have trumped it.
Yes.
So many. So what's funny is we
lot
should
of
have.
things annoy you guys.
We
Like
could have
a
just
lot.
called this episode "Things Parents Wish They Knew Before They Had Kids" and just listed off all the annoying shit that kids do, because holy shit.
But good news, there's enough content for both.
This
That's
could
how
be
annoying kids are.
Every episode, we should just change the name of the podcast to "Kids Are Annoying," and then every week I would just take new submissions. It'd just be nonstop stuff.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable
In
amount
the
of stuff.
time we have here, we will not even, chip away at the grudges you guys have out there.
Chip
And I feel
away,
you.
chip away at the stone. You know that Aerosmith song? Nobody knows that. It's a great song.
No one knows that.
From the days in the 70s, back before they became poppers. Not a big Aerosmith guy, okay? I don't need to be accused of that. Anyway, so I went to the dentist a couple times this week, and I had to bring the kids, and the kids have to go back because we didn't go during the pandemic.
Yeah. Well, it was shut down for a while,
teeth
and then
were
it was just not.
Wrecked.
Okay,
Our teeth have been
take it down. First of all,
straight up wrecked.
There's a lot of dental content to start.
There is a
What
lot
else
of
is
dental
going
content.
on
People
in
care
our
about-
lives?
People care about that. It's gotten a lot nicer out, which honestly, it really puts a finer point on how annoying the kids are, because you want to bring them outside and get them away from the inside, and they don't want to go. We argue with our 10-year-old constantly, like, you hate the outside. We have a little backyard, which is like a luxury where we
In
live
New York
in Brooklyn.
City, yeah.
And we can't get the kid even to go out there. And if we do, he brings his Kindle.
Well,
and
he
he
will,
reads.
and I understand reading outside. Like, that one doesn't bother me, but he's not physically moving.
Doesn't do shit.
Like, if we try to get them to walk to stuff, like, we're trying to do little bits of things, like, for instance,
We
with
don't
the
want
hammer
their
on
like
your
legs
desk.
to atrophy, like the guy Sloth in Seven when he can't move, right?
Like at age
he's been tortured for
5,
a year.
okay.
That's what's happening to our children. They're becoming like murder victims in Seven.
Okay.
People say that all the time.
Yeah, people say that all the
They
time.
say that about me
But
when I was a kid.
trying to take them on like a 15-minute walk to the park, beyond the fact that they would be so late. We would all be
No, so here's the thing.
late.
So
we would never get there.
Almost every parenting activity is like this, right? You want to do something that's going to take an hour. It's going to take you like 2 hours of whining and getting out of the door before you do it. If you want to do something that's going to take a half an hour, it takes about an hour. So you want to go on a 15-minute walk, it takes at least a half an hour. So whatever you're going to do, the length of that, double that. And that's how much whining and prep and how long it takes to get out the door.
Well, and one of the things that like has been, as you know, the things that have driven me insane during the pandemic, and especially like early on when it's just 24/7, like, you know,
365.
remote school. And I would try to like put in, okay, we have this
Structure
2-hour
some
window.
time, yeah.
Like structure some time, whether it's to go do something fun, which is usually just being outside, which apparently they don't think.
It's for your health, like Dr. Steve Brule. You got to go outside.
You know, and the worst part is that, but then it would take so long, it wouldn't happen, and then they'd be like, okay, now I'm ready to go. It's like, we don't have time
It's
now.
fucking nighttime now, you idiot.
Yeah, like, it's
You
dinner
dingus.
time. And two, like the other day, it was so nice when we were at the dentist. I was going to walk back through the park, right?
Yeah.
Gonna have a lovely walk. Tried to convince my 10-year-old to come with me.
Wouldn't do it.
Wouldn't do it.
So then you
Okay,
leave.
wouldn't do
Again,
it,
this is
wouldn't
more
do it.
dental content anyway. So we were leaving the dentist's office and I picked them up and the kid gets in the car and then like you leave to go walk by yourself, which frankly, you lucked out. And I have the two kids with
totally.
me and I'm bitching out my 10-year-old for being like, Mommy likes to spend that time with you. It's a gorgeous day. It's the only time you ever get to go outside. You hate going outside. Every time you do this, you end up regretting it. Like 10 minutes after the fact, you're like, oh, I should have gone. We're driving away, and he literally says that. He's like, I should have done that. I'm like, it's too fucking late now just because I'm going to be spiteful now. Got to teach the kid a lesson. You blew it. You had your shot, and now you're fucking fucked.
Thank God, because it was lovely. Yeah. It took me hours to get home that day from the park. I don't know why.
I had to bring them home. I had to make lunch. God,
I had to do shit. I know. And they do enjoy it every time. Anyway,
the amount of stuff.
Thing that annoys me about kids.
That was like 30 things. We haven't even started the episode. That was like,
we're going to have a lot of good stuff 30, today,
we
guys.
got a lot of comments. Some of my favorite ones were, the annoying things, or the things your kids do that annoy you. Somebody put exist.
Yes,
fair.
Exist. Breathe is another one.
Everything. A lot of people said everything. A lot of you are coming after. You're like, this is my corner, guys.
Yeah.
This is my corner. I bitch and mock my kids, and you're coming on here and you're trying to get my corner. It's not going to happen.
It's a year plus into a pandemic. I think, we're all you now.
Yeah, that's
Everyone
true.
has come to where you live.
I should pivot like Ross and flip. I think I said that last time too. And flip the script and suddenly start being nice. Look on the bright side of things and on parenting and on our kids. Just change it up.
Yeah,
Didn't expect
we should do that. We should have done that for April Fools.
Maybe I'll go. I've done that. I've written stuff around April Fools. And I think last year, April Fools, me and Pete did like a, what do you like about your kids shit? It was like a 20-minute episode. I think it was just a lot hard to find content.
Oh, please. All right. Bye.
But we got plenty of content this week thanks to all your input. We got so much input, we're not going to be able to toss out names. I'll try to tag a bunch of the people who... when I share the post, I try to tag the people who contributed. We really appreciate your input.
Like the entire buried community is represented.
One of the fun things about this is there's a bunch of overlap with stuff that we relate to and a bunch of stuff that people share the same thing. But there's also a lot of like really random and specific stuff that is like clearly just one family's kids are fucking wackos. I can't wait to get it. One kid here. My kid has randomly been yelling "bucha, bucha, bucha." That's it. That's their whole complaint.
Oh my God! Remember when Munch used to just like yell all the time, like "banana pants," or he just loved talking about bananas all the time?
That was my fault. I told him the safe word when he wanted me to stop tickling him was banana pants.
Oh, that was the hammer. No, it's something else that Munch likes to say, and he said like all the time. So anyway, I hear you.
That's another annoying thing about kids. They talk.
Ridiculous.
They talk. It's fucking really frustrating.
Nonstop, nonsensical.
All right, so we're going to get into a long list of stuff that you guys submitted, and then we'll chime in because a lot of these things we can relate to. And we got some of our own weird stuff that our own kids do, and we'll get into all that right after this. All right, as I said at the top, the topic tonight is things our kids do or things your kids do that annoy you. We got a freaking novel here. It's like Atlas Shrugged, right? It's like a Stephen King's Tommy Knockers when you guys got all coked up and wrote a shitload of stuff you hate about your kids. Honestly, there's at least one person who had a 6-part answer because the question box on Instagram doesn't leave a lot of room. And somebody submitted like a 6-point answer. Anyway.
Which, by the way, don't they have to like come back to it? Like they have to just
they have to keep going into the box.
To the story to be like, no, I'm really going to make sure I bitch about my kid like 6 times today.
Yeah, so I always tell people they can email me and they can DM me. And then a lot of times when I'm compiling this stuff, I forget to look at my DMs. So apologies in advance to anybody who doesn't get mentioned because they actually followed the rules and then I ignored the rules. You know what? That's how it works. All right, so before we start this, I want to remind everybody you can check out the Dad and Barry podcast. Please subscribe and
that's huge.
On Apple, Spotify, anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can throw us a little bit of money on Patreon if you like. We got a whole bunch of people that do that. We appreciate each and every one of you. Appreciate everybody who leaves comments. Appreciate all the racists who got mad at me for posting about the George Floyd murder trial and how well that went. Finally got something right.
Appreciation.
A lot of people left. My account, which, you know what? Good riddance.
If you're leaving over that, I mean, especially just like an actual court case, like that court case of all, anyway.
But did I tell you that? So that Black Lives Matter explanation that I wrote and shared, a porn star shared that on to her many, many followers. Shockingly, a porn star has a ton of followers.
Porn star.
She is. She shared me on on Twitter.
Did you go look her up?
No,
you go check out the
I would
porn
never.
star,
I told a friend of mine. I told a friend of mine that a porn star. I said her name to my friend. He said, "Oh, I know her." Sure you do.
He doesn't listen, but
I'm not even
shout
gonna say
out
that.
to
I'm
you,
like,
buddy.
I'm sure you do, pal.
Of course you do.
He doesn't have kids, so he spends it. Look, his favorite porn stars are his children. Okay. Anyway, so we got a lot of stuff to get to, and we're going to start really quick. So this is from our friend Lisa, Sarcastic Mommy, who a lot of you probably follow.
Love her.
So I was scared to read a bunch of these because I know for a fact that when I say some of them, she's going to say, that doesn't just annoy me about the kids, it annoys me about you, my husband, and she's going to trash me, right? So Sarcastic Mommy says what annoys her is that, and she has older kids, like teens and up, she says, they leave empty cereal, cracker boxes, etc. in the cupboard like a bunch of psychopaths. So she's saying that they finish the food and leave them in the cupboard. I actually try to police that stuff and yank that out of there. We don't have that much of that problem. You know why? Our kids can't quite reach the cupboard. So I think I put this in the example when I was soliciting input for this topic. Our 10-year-old will slide over the stool to get on the counter and reach the cabinet. He'll pull his shit down, get what he wants out of it, and just leave the open box on its side, crumbs pouring out on the counter. And I'm like, dude, if you can use the stool or reach it to get it down, you can put it the fuck back up there.
No, that's not part of the process. It's just all left there.
It is part of the process. But speaking of things that annoy me about that kind of thing, also about you, no one in my family knows how to open a fucking goddamn box. It's like, honestly, like there's tabs on purpose for you to like fold the top back in and keep it closed.
Those tabs are not that useful.
Fucking everything we have is stale because the box, it looks like a velociraptor just like clawed the Triscuits open and it's absolutely shredded. I'm like, they're gone and they're stale in like a day and a half. I mean, Triscuits are born stale, you know?
Let's be honest. You guys, I'm not a big snacker. So you guys eat those snacks. They don't go stale. They're gone like fucking that. I
don't even like snacks. I'm very healthy.
You know what?
I like trail mix and water.
Yeah, we've had trail mix like go stale.
Trail mix is fucking garbage.
Like a million times. Every time I like buy healthy stuff like that, nothing happens.
Throw a couple of M&Ms in your trail mix. Fuck you. You're not fooling me. All right? Get that shit out of here. All right. So this is a really weird thing that I am surprised that a bunch of people mentioned. Ashley Gator said 11-year-old boys talking like babies annoys her. So our 10-year-old will do that. Say cutesy words. What does he say? But I want a movie. I'm like, oh my God, buddy.
No, that really makes you angry.
You know how I feel about babies. I fucking can't stand babies. I'm well known for hating babies.
At one point, when he was a couple years younger, I thought it was because like he had a younger brother who was like
and
a
he
toddler.
He was like regressing, like I want to be cute
that
too.
Affection and da da da. And I don't know. I mean, I don't care that much. Something tells me when he's like 14, he's not going to be doing it, or like anything else.
Know. There's a lot of YouTube channels with that kind of thing going on. You know what I mean?
You know a lot about porn stars and like real creepy YouTube channels.
First of all, I don't know a lot about any of that, and I don't appreciate you saying it. So leaving their damn wrappers everywhere was a big one. So every morning, literally for like 3 years, we feed the hammer because the only thing it will eat is mini muffins. Well, the little bites.
To be fair, he gets up and has a second and often third breakfast.
Yes.
But for his 6 a.m. meal, which we don't want to fucking bother with.
His starter meal.
We give him mini muffins.
Bag of mini muffins. Which
so he'll kind of, sort of, not really leave us alone.
Here's the best part. We want him to leave us alone, but he can't open them on his own.
Yeah.
So he comes into the room, so I rip them open. Although this is another problem. He can. Like at this point he can. But he's just kind of so used to having stuff done for him that now it's just the way it is. And I
don't know. He has some OT issues.
Maybe.
I think maybe now this is ableism.
But regardless, it's true. It is ableism. So then I go into 3 hours later, I go into the living room because I've been doing work or whatever. And there's just mini muffin bags lying around. The 10-year-old leaves them there. Maybe my biggest pet peeve, probably from like leaving food wrappers, which a lot of people said, and like leaving dishes out. So our kids still drink a lot of milk, right? Because it does a body good. I think I just made that up. And they will leave their milk cups out. They'll drink it, and then they'll go into another room. They'll leave their milk cups out, and then the milk just curdles and is ruined and is It's disgusting. Every parent knows finding like an old bottle of milk or rolls under the seat of the car, or you find it like 2 weeks later or whatever, or even it gets left in our living room and like 6 hours later it's been out there, it's warm. It's just gross. But not only is it gross, it's a waste of milk. Milk doesn't grow on trees.
Okay.
We don't have any cows in the backyard. We live in Brooklyn.
We can probably just shut this down right now because that is your number one complaint every single fucking day.
I hate it. I'm trying to train the kids, and I'll walk around. I'll grab I'll go into the room and see it, and I'll call the kids. I'll Detective Munch, the hammer, and I'll point. What's the problem here? And I'll point fucking milk. It's just like the 300th time, and I keep telling you.
Because learning is important at every age. Then Dad and Barry takes the milk cups, especially
See, this is what I was afraid of.
Milk cups. Or like rinse the milk cups and just put him like, I don't know what he does, but he'll just put empty milk cups in the fridge. No. Which someone here complained that their kids did, but this is my grown-ass 44-year-old husband. And then the cups fall over and they fall out and grow up.
I do not, the milk cups grow up?
No, you grow up.
Yeah, that's never going to happen. So what I do is, if there's some milk left, I try to preserve the milk. I'm a busy guy, right? So I put it in the fridge so it doesn't get ruined. It doesn't get curdled. We don't waste the buku bucks. I took French for a long time on the milk, right? And also, then I go back later and I refill it, and it's on top of perfectly fine milk. It smells great. I refuse to ever test milk.
Oh my God. No, he'll be like, have mom taste it.
Yeah, but not even taste it. Just sniff this shit.
No, you won't even sniff it. You won't do anything. You won't even touch it.
I'm not interested in sour milk. I didn't raise kids to have sour milk in my house all the time, and I'm not going to tolerate it.
Well, I'm not interested in full-grown men leaving empty shit in places where it falls over, and it's a big fucking mess, and I have to deal with it.
So,
but sure, milk.
There's a handful of these things in here. Oh, yeah, here it is. Put empty milk containers back in the fridge.
Yeah, I know. I saw this. I already saw this. Christine. I feel it, Sarah Christine.
All right, so there's a bunch of stuff in here that is kind of cliches, like they're just stereotypes, right? So, where's the one? Leave every light on, right? My kids have never turned off a light in their goddamn lives. And it's such a dad thing to bitch about. And I mean, she does it too. She never turns off lights. Every time we leave in the house, I have to run back. I'm not going to sit here. I keep getting, you know what? This is not true.
Just saying.
I keep going.
No one here turns off lights. I've had to run back in to turn off
so many lights. Nobody has turned off more lights than me. Every time we're leaving somewhere, I run back through the house and I gotta look around and flick all the switches off. It's insane.
No, every time we're leaving somewhere, you have to go take a 20-minute dump in the toilet when we're in an 80-degree car.
Cut the tape. Cut the tape. I don't want this. You know what? This is a very popular podcast. I don't need this kind of. I'm gonna lose sponsors that we don't have. Metamucil, hit me up. All right, you know what? This is fucking. You gotta start throwing some shit. I'm gonna throw some shit at you. All right, so some of the. So what did I say? I said there's some. I'm got really thrown off by you throwing my bowel movements under the bus. So a lot of stuff here I think a lot of people can relate to. Alpha Gen Mama says that her kids argue with her about everything, 100%. Somebody said here that their kids will ask her a question and then argue about the answer. I had a meme years ago where, Detective Munch was like, what day is it? I'll be like, Tuesday. He'll be like, no, it's not. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You can't read a calendar. Some kids, they just like to watch the world burn. Every toddler does, and then every tween and teen just likes to argue nonstop about stuff. And I was exactly like that as a kid, and every time my son starts to argue with me, it just makes me hate myself even more. And it's so frustrating to realize this is what I was like to my parents, and I'm pretty sure my parents were better at handling it. But that's probably because my kids are a lot more annoying than I was. I was still pretty charming. I was a pretty charming kid. You
were the baby of the family, so you probably got away with a lot more. Whereas,
do you think our baby gets away with more?
I think, and I mean this could be a whole episode.
I do want to get into this.
I think because I'm like the oldest in my family and you're the youngest, like we will err on the side when there is a dispute
Pete
of the oldest and youngest. And we should, yes.
Before you had any interest in the podcast, Pete and I did an episode about birth order and how that impacts stuff. But I think in a lot of cases, it's just because I treat the little kid better because he's better behaved. Just like I was. I was better behaved. It wasn't because I was younger. It wasn't because you were older. You were a problem child, and I was the golden child, right?
So it was not, as you know, in my family, I am still the
golden
favorite.
child,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
that
not
is
even up
Well,
for
me
debate.
too.
No offense, family.
So I think that's funny,
sisters.
though, because I do think our 5-year-old, he realizes, he'll even walk around sometimes being like, I'm so cute, because he's heard it a lot. And the 10-year-old complains.
And he's not wrong.
The 10-year-old complains that that the 5-year-old is manipulative. I think they're both manipulative. You always err on the side of, they're not faking anything, they're not pulling any tricks, they're not doing any kind.
Not always.
Definitely
Come
are.
on.
So
no, not always.
Somebody
I know what
here
you're about to say.
Somebody here said that they emotionally manipulate you when they're bad by saying, I'm such a terrible kid, so you don't yell at them. Our 10-year-old does that. To be fair, he's got ADHD and anxiety and stuff that goes along with it. And it's notorious for lowering your self-esteem, and they're very hard on themselves and that kind of thing.
And that's something they do.
But that said, I am pretty sure that sometimes he knows what he's doing.
Possibly, but I mean,
you never think
he often is like in like very sad and upset and clearly in physical pain. So, or if it's like emotional pain. So I understand. Yeah, I think the 5-year-old does that more, where he's manipulative. I mean, he flat up is I learned puppy dog eyes, and then he just does it for a year straight.
I'll say no to him and just go, please. Right in my face. I'm like, buddy, when I know you're transparently doing it, I can see right through it. I'm still going to give you what you want.
Yes, exactly. Absolutely. It's really cute. It's well done. Well done.
So I think I said this last week that I taught him to say,
oh my God, this is
please, General, please put my father down, which is like a really obscure quote from Superman 2, which
also
people weren't even born for.
Not make sense. Like in any other context, then I assume Superman 2.
Instead of asking nicely by just saying please, I make him ask nicely by saying, please, General, please put my father down. It couldn't possibly mean anything. In the movie, Zod is like levitating a guy in the air and punishing him, and there's a random British kid in Texas. Doesn't make any sense. But today, like, he'll say it to me when I say no to him. He'll say it to me, go, now you have to do it, because he knows I'm a sucker for it, and he's right. And then I do what he wants because I am a sucker.
Talking about people saying random fucking things. That's you, man.
Well, okay, so Paige Stafford says her kids make random noises. My 12-year-old will just randomly scream. What the actual fuck?
Our kids scream all the time.
That's a nightmare.
It's not even random. It just
but the random. Our kids, their volume level is constantly super high, especially if they're playing video games. A lot of people complained about that. Kids, when they're playing PlayStation, their volume is just so high. They're yelling at their friends. Their volume, when my kid is playing Minecraft or Roblox or something with one of his friends.
Which at this point, like, he's not, like, we haven't gone down the Fortnite hole. He's not doing, like, the online play thing. He has, like, a friend that he plays, or 2 friends that he plays with, Minecraft, Roblox. And they're just yelling the whole time, especially him. And it's so loud.
Can I say that every time you are on the phone, you do that too? Like if it's loud where you're at, you think you need to yell for the other people to hear you, even if the other people are in a quiet place. And it's fucking, especially when we're in the car. Because you used to love, whenever we were in the car, you would love to have your phone calls, have your 20-minute phone calls. I'm trying to listen to some tunes.
People I talk to
I'm trying to listen to some tunes. I'm trying to listen to All Too Well on repeat.
Okay. But the only people I talk to for that long really are my parents. Because as you know, I don't pick up the phone, anyone with any common sense.
You ignore the calls like 300 times in a row, and then when you finally answer, you have to have a 45-minute conversation.
My parents actually have 2 kids, nieces and nephews that they're raising. And so it's always loud there too. Everyone's screaming. My whole family just screams. You've been where we are.
Yeah, but so does mine.
Parties with us.
But we scream at each other. You guys are just loud. My family, we scream at each other.
Yes, that's better. That's better. But can I just say one thing about screaming
in general? No, this is my podcast. You are not allowed.
Okay, shut up. So, screaming in general, I totally get our kids are loud and they will scream. They or just yell even. I don't even know if it's screaming. But
they scream at each other. They yell when they play video games. And they're not like angry. They're just, the volume of their voice just goes so high.
But I know a lot of people in here just are screaming. Just plain screaming. Nothing about video games. And it is bad. It is annoying. We have 2 boys. I was recently in a situation with like 2 to 3 girls.
Where they're shrieking the whole time?
Oh my God. It was the most... And I have...
It's like being at a bridesmaid's party.
I have 3 sisters. It is at fucking like my ears hurt. I had a migraine. Oh my God.
That's why I never want to be anywhere near a bachelorette party. It's just an absolute nightmare. Or like if you're in the vicinity of two girls who haven't seen each other in a while and they just shriek and run at each other, it's an absolute nightmare.
Oh my God. When this pandemic's over and I get my hands on my college girls, watch the fuck out, Dad and Barry. So much shrieking. So it's
funny though, I want to get back to Paige Stafford, who said that her 12-year-old will just randomly scream. That makes me think of the scene in The Shining where Jack Nicholson is lying down and just starts going, ah! Ah! It's really funny.
Okay.
Pete loves my movie references. You're going to have to get on board.
Okay, dude. That's because he's never watched a movie.
You've seen I Am Legend.
Wow. No, I honestly...
Don't make me do Enemy Mine.
Do you know what? We, guys, I think, Barry followers, I think you should have to do a podcast without doing a single movie or pop culture reference. Your brain would fucking explode.
No,
it would be impossible.
I can't. It's half my personality. I have two halves of my personality. Sarcasm and pop culture references. That's it. Deal with it.
And assholery.
Yeah, but that's just all encompassing. Anyway, somebody said their kids bite their toenails. Is that annoying or just disgusting?
That's real.
They pull their foot up?
Speaking of, my sister used to do that.
Watch terrible nursery rhyme videos over and over. What? Well, you mean like Andrew Dice Clay?
No.
Hickory dickory dock.
They don't mean... Oh.
Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet eating her curds and whey. A spider came down and said, "What's in the bowl, bitch?" That guy sucks.
Why are you doing it?
I remembered all this shit from when I was like 13.
And also, this is a podcast. Most people don't see you. You look...
Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to fetch her old dog a bone. She bent over, Rover took over, and gave her a bone of her own. Oh, that guy's a fucking clown.
Oh my God, you're a fucking clown. Jesus
anyway,
Christ,
Andrew Dice Clay. He was great in A Star Is Born. Mama Baird's favorite first half of a movie of all time.
It starts to get bleak. It
really does.
And I'm just talking about the music after the first half.
Okay.
That's bleak.
Hold on, Mrs. Guffel.
Wait a minute. I'm not allowed to make my pop culture references.
I served it up. If you talk about Moulin Rouge, I'm ending it.
All right, well, I'll use that for later when I'm done here.
Mrs. Guffel. So this is something I wonder if you've noticed. She says her 3-year-old wants an apple whole. God forbid it be in slices. So that's the opposite. Our youngest won't eat it unless it's... No. We're getting into that in a second. And then the kid eats 2 bites and he's done. Fuck off, kid, she says. So this happens a lot where, like, kids will just take a bite of an apple or a piece of fruit and then the fruit is ruined. Our 10-year-old, he's eating apples now. He eats them like a psychopath. He will take a random bite, roll it, take a random bite in bits and pieces. I'm like, buddy, you got to do this like a typewriter, right? Just right. That's how you eat apples. You're not paying attention to my apple eating technique to validate me.
Okay, moving on.
No one is.
Okay.
People can't see it, but I was pantomiming eating an apple correctly.
So I'm going to step in here because we have so many comments. Dad and Barry highlighted a good amount of them.
I did.
And I did not get to proof it nearly as much. And so there are some, as I'm looking at these sheets here, that are questionably absent, such as peeing all over the toilet and not in the toilet and peeing all over the toilet seat. And numerous people that are like, pee stains on the toilet.
I don't like to talk about that kind of stuff. That's on my podcast, right? We try to keep it clean around here.
You know what, then?
Unless we're talking about Andrew Dice Clay.
No, then actually keep it clean around here. Like, don't just pick on shit.
I'm the one who wipes out the toilet seats.
That is not true.
I think it is.
It's not.
It is. Don't believe the hype.
Well, maybe that's why it's covered in piss all the time, because you don't clean up the toilet seats.
Look, my aim is insane. I've got 40 years of practice. I know what I'm doing. It's the kids, okay? It's the kids.
Okay, well, is the one non-penis haver in the house? I would like to not be the one to clean up you guys' disgusting urine.
That's how I'm going to introduce you from now on. This is my wife, the one non-penis haver in the house.
Proudly.
So, okay, here's a bunch of people said this, that their kids interrupt them all the time. So, it never fails. Anytime you and I are having some kind of adult conversation, the 10-year-old, he's so nosy. He'll run over, what are you guys talking about? He'll start asking because he'll hear a word he knows. It could be the. The? What do you mean the? What are you guys talking about? He wants to know, buddy, this is none of your business. I find it really annoying, but I think there's also a situation where if he's trying to say something and he's getting cut off, I think it's an ADHD thing where, like, he can't deal with not finishing his thought.
Right.
With the interrupted speech, he can't fucking deal with it, so it's a combination. I don't give a shit if he's got excuses for it. I'm not going to tolerate it.
Excuse so much as a medical reason.
You know what? I don't care what you want to call it. Your fancy terminology. Okay. Only wants chips on a plate, then ends up spilling all of the chips when carrying the plate. Well, yeah, kids can't.
Carry anything. I don't trust them to carry anything.
They can't carry anything without making a mess. Absolute joke. Popcorn? We shouldn't even allow popcorn in the house.
And yet we have it every weekend because we like to
I
default
love popcorn.
Movie really night good. And just, ignore our kids mainly and watch a movie and eat pizza and popcorn and have a cocktail. Oh my God, I wish it was Friday. I want to do that right now.
Well, we're having cocktails.
But then I have to
What are we going to watch? Terminator 2?
Then I have to clean up all the popcorn because you're just gross about it.
Me?
You're not. Okay, you're not.
Thank
you're
you.
a little gross
I
with
hoover it
a
all
lot
up,
of
man.
things.
I'm
Yeah,
not
no,
missing
it's
a curl.
real gross. That's gross in a different way.
Okay,
but
enough
they're
with the
like
gross.
everywhere. What do you mean?
I'm gorgeous.
Okay, it's everywhere. I don't understand.
And popcorn, I don't understand either. It just doesn't make sense how much of it gets. It's the crummiest. It's not even crummy.
Something
It
that
just
bothers
gets
you.
everywhere.
They almost eat like chipmunks
Yeah,
sometimes, like with chips and stuff, where they're like,
oh
take
no,
52 bites of a chip,
yeah.
like.
They'll just hold the chip up to their mouth and that. I'm like, buddy, all that does is generate crumbs,
or whatever,
or like an apple,
like a fucking typewriter. Yeah, exactly. It's real weird. And there are other people here too. Someone I noticed said like they cannot not knock over a drink. Like it's
my God.
Which is why honestly we use lidded cups to this day, even with the 10-year-old most of the time, because
he knows how to drink from a normal cup, but it's impossible for him to not knock that over one way or another.
Like it's just going to be like distraction. He's talking with his hands, or he turns around, or he forgets that cups exist, and I don't know what the fuck happens. But our couch, we had a nice couch.
We did for a couple of weeks. When we bought the couch, we didn't spend like the extra $80 to get like stain color guard. It wouldn't have done anything, but we
also moved from the area where we bought the couch. It's just
North
fucking
Carolina,
disgusting.
The furniture capital of the world, isn't that true?
They ruined it so much.
Isn't North Carolina huge on furniture? What a claim to fame.
Hey,
take a bow.
It was a great couch. It served us well, but like I want to get it clean, but I'm like, it's too far gone.
Okay, here's one that you're gonna love. Sam Brewer gets mad when her kids walk past their dad in the kitchen to ask me to get them something from the kitchen. So this happens to you all the time where the kids will bypass me, probably because I'm going to say no or I'm going to snap at them because I'm fucking busy bringing home the bacon and I ain't got time to feed my kids. That's mommy's job.
Or you just don't,
I just don't give a shit. I'm lazy. Is that what you're trying to say?
No. A hair trigger. You need to take it down.
You have a hair trigger.
No. You have a default no.
I know. Look.
Like no reason.
It's called good parenting.
Literally, I think if our 10-year-old came in and just said, can I go to bed? You'd be like, no.
No, sometimes I can tell he's about to ask for something and I'll say no before he even starts speaking.
It doesn't help.
I love it.
It sucks. It makes you suck. No offense.
Wow.
But that's not even what I was
offense taken.
Something else about the 10-year-old. Dang, what was it even?
I'm
before
sure
we
you'll
said how
figure
you
it out.
sucked. What was it? What were you talking about?
We were talking about, who knows? Who even remembers? The 6-year-old leaves Mr. Hanky, which is a South Park reference. Even though I don't watch South Park, I did think that Mr. Hanky episode was very funny. He doesn't flush the toilet. So, our kids don't flush the toilet. But also, my 10-year-old uses so much fucking toilet paper.
They flush
He clogs it every time.
He doesn't clog it every time.
He fucking clogs it every time. Okay. Every time. Fold the paper, buddy. Fold it. Right? Why are we talking about so many bowel movements? Why do you have to bring it? Everyone folds the paper.
No one folds the paper.
I'm going to put up a poll. You fold. You fold. You all fold. A lot of people said this screaming. You're weird. A lot of people said this screaming randomly thing. A bunch of people said the mom watch this thing. My kid, this is unrelated. Completely unrelated, but I will show my kid like an episode of The Simpsons or something I want him to see. And the whole time he's watching, if something happens, he'll look at me to like...
I know, but
and it's like, it's very sweet, but also like, buddy, you're missing the movie because you're looking at this gorgeous mug, right? Focus on the film. Focus on the Simpsons episode we're watching. The jokes come Fast and Furious, you're going to miss them all.
You know what,
Better pay
though?
attention.
Maybe he just feels like that's one thing you guys truly bond over. And
I don't got time for it. I don't have time for it.
The bonding experience than the rapid fire jokes.
It's just annoying for somebody to keep looking at you, right? Stop looking at me,
That's
swat.
why I try to almost never look at you.
Yeah, I know. You fail, though. What are you trying to pull up here? When they have to tell you something and it's just made up on the spot nonsense. Our 5-year-old,
yeah, he likes that.
I have to say something. That's what he says constantly. I have to say
every
something.
3 seconds.
You don't have to say shit. It's the same old crap. I have to say something. What is it? What? He never has anything to say. He's 5. It's usually something stupid. Today he was talking about Bob Dylan. He was pretending to be Bob Dylan.
That was very cute.
I love it because I love Bob Dylan. But I said, Mom, I have to say something. What is it? Oh, I like dinosaurs. Yeah, no shit. It's all you've been talking about for fucking 6 months. You know what? Move on.
Me. Damn it. Okay. So another complaint we got a lot of, but I don't see it highlighted like a lot here, which is like super weird because it's like there's some sort of male blindness to it, much like there's male blindness problem.
Male pattern blindness.
Is leaving shit everywhere. Like on this
clothes.
page alone, socks, clothes, socks, clothes, everywhere. Like I find my 10-year-old's underwear like in the living room, in the dining room, like daily. Why?
Every time he gets changed, somebody else says this, he just takes off his clothes and leaves them there.
Wherever they are.
Like, buddy, you're 10. It's our job to teach you how to live in the real world. You're never going to land a boyfriend or a girlfriend like that. Nobody wants a slob. I'm the exception. Right? I've got a lot of other great qualities.
Every time that I complain about Dad and Buried on my Instagram, Mom and Buried, separate account if you are following me.
Separate account, goddamn right.
Yeah, at Mom and Buried. Plenty, lots of bitching about, husbands there too. Not just me, a lot of people. But a lot of people can relate to that whole thing. Because, like, the socks too, you with the socks everywhere. I once, for weeks on end, took pictures daily of Dad and Buried's bedclothes next to the bed.
You did it 3 times. Let's not get ahead of
ourselves. Oh my God. I have so much. I should have really put it all together, but, it got exhausting because I was just waiting for that day.
All right.
I was holding out hope.
Well, how about this?
Okay.
You never remove your, sports bra from your shirt when you put it in the laundry, and I do all the laundry. You never remove your underwear from your pants. Just do a guy a favor.
You know what?
Do a guy a favor.
The women
I gotta fold
out there
the stuff.
know.
I gotta peel the stuff apart. You know what?
You know what? That women out there know. Getting out of the sports bra is fucking hard. People have lost limbs. People have been trapped in there. Oh my God. We have to do stories where I just get you to do things. Like you take off a sports bra, buddy. Tell me how easy it is.
You know what? I can't even get in a sports bra. So I'm not too worried about it. All right.
I mean, me either.
So somebody said when I'm reading my kid a book, he asks questions on every single page. And you're just trying to fucking, as a bedtime story, you're just trying to get through that thing. You're skipping pages if you can. There's nothing worse than being caught skipping pages. No, Dad, you skipped one. God damn it. Then you double the amount of time it's going to take you to read this book. I like to read the Dr. Seuss
shortcuts.
books. No, you got to take shortcuts. I don't got time to read shit to my kids.
Well, first off,
I'm trying to watch Mayor of Easttown.
Are notoriously long.
No, but I like to do the tongue twister ones because it's like a challenge.
Which, by the way, he hates that book so much.
That's
He's
his problem.
I don't want to listen to
You want Daddy to read
book.
your book, and Daddy gets to choose the book. Next week, it's Less Than Zero by Bret Easton Ellis. It gets a little dicey. Then we'll move on to American Psycho. Some
Whatever,
crazy
as
shit.
long as you do the bedtime routine. I don't give a shit. Read him some Stephen King.
Which one?
It.
But I'll skip straight to the weird-ass orgy scene when they're fucking 12-year-olds having an orgy. That's actually in it. It's not in the movies. The new movies stink. You love the old ones. Anyway.
Yeah, the originals? Oh my God, so good. Jonathan
not even
Brandeis?
movies.
Was that who that
Jonathan
was?
Brandis. Brandeis is a college in Waltham,
It was.
Massachusetts.
I watched
okay?
it so many times when I was a preteen. Oh my God, so good.
Somebody says, refuses to go to bed, then refuses to get up day after day after every goddamn day. We have sort of the same thing sometimes. Oh no, actually our kids bound out of bed at 6 a.m.
Yeah, no, what are you talking about? We have the reverse problem. They don't want to go to sleep.
Oh, I love this
they
one.
get out of bed at 5.
See, some of these are so specific. Using horrible accents. This week it's British. It was Boston once. We're from Minnesota. We can't do Boston. You know who can do Minnesota? This guy. Not tonight. Tonight, we skate with them. Tonight, we run with them. They don't run. They're skating. This is Miracle on Ice with Kurt Russell. Tonight, but not The Night. That's a flawless Minnesota accent and a flawless impression of Kurt Russell in the movie Miracle.
No, guys.
We married 14 years in September, guys.
That's a fucking miracle right there. Talk about miracles. No, it's ridiculous to me. You are the world's worst mimic who thinks they're the best mimic.
I don't actually think I'm good
impressions.
At it. Look, I'm amazing at singing along to songs. I sound exactly like the singer, but my other
in your head,
like when I do All Too Well by Taylor Swift, I just fucking crush it. Every time. It's amazing.
You're such a Swiftie, by the way, guys. Huge fucking Swiftie. He puts, if it's oh, hey, I'll be there in 1 second. All of a sudden I hear All Too Well. You don't even sing it. You just watch it again.
No.
I'll fucking,
her Grammy performance where she's doing this stupid head thing, but the way she sings that, she
again, this is a podcast.
She crushes it. They can't see me doing my head thing. You know what? It works for me. It gets me into it. All right. Journey Back to Soul. Look at that. Says her kid tells the same joke over and over and over, and at the end of the joke says "get it" every single time. So kids repeat the joke.
Get it?
Fine, sure, but kids repeat jokes constantly. You laugh at a kid's joke once, and you're stuck hearing that joke 500 times in a row. But hearing "get it" at the end of every one of those, that's a new level. You just told it to me 50 times. I think I get it by now, pal. What do you think?
Sure.
Our 10-year-old thinks he's funny, and the other day he got mad at me because I never laugh. Sometimes I'll be listening to a podcast while I'm doing the dishes or playing with my kids because I ain't got time for that, and I'll laugh at something that it says. I have headphones on. I'll laugh at something that says in the podcast, and my 10-year-old will be excited because he thinks I laughed at some nonsensical thing he said, and I'll have to say no, I wasn't laughing at you. Raise your game. Your jokes aren't good.
No, but he wants your validation.
I know, but you know what? I'm not going to just give him a courtesy laugh.
He'll be
he needs to learn.
What are you laughing about? I heard him say that earlier
today. Look, I'm showing him Dr. Steve Brule. I'm showing him The Simpsons. I'm showing him I Think You Should Leave. I'm showing him we're going to show him Mr. Show soon. I've shown him I live in a van down by the river. I'm getting him up to speed on what's funny, and he hasn't brought it into his own material yet. He's still doing junk. I ain't got time for it, right? I got high standards. You ever see the movie Whiplash? I'm J.K. Simmons. It's how you raise a winner. It's how you raise a champion. All right. My kid likes to pretend he's dead and says he has died on the cross. Whoa. Should have read that one beforehand. I mean, that doesn't offend me, but it probably offends a handful of you people. Anyway, does he walk around?
No, that's
in the movie The First Power, Lou Diamond Phillips is hunting a guy who's possessed by the devil, and at one point the guy mocks Jesus by putting his arms out, pretending he died on the cross. I'm assuming that's what Joe Splang's son does. Maybe he just really likes the movie First Power. God, that may be the most obscure reference I've made.
Glad I was ignoring it. There's a few things here, which I feel like would be only unfair not to include some of them, because there's baby moms out there, and we are not in the baby stage. Although and maybe
never
soon,
will be. No.
We'll see.
Not with me.
We'll see what happens.
Not with me, Mama.
Whatever, please.
What? She's taking applications.
14 years.
Right? Time for some.
Mix it up.
Time for some fresh blood. Is that what you're saying? Gross. That guy's gonna pee on the seat. He doesn't have the aim I have.
And so people are talking about baby things, and I do recall this. For instance, several people were just shitting their diaper right after I changed the diaper.
Yeah.
And that is so fucking token asshole
it's just
baby
passive
move,
aggressive. I'm fuck you, Dad, right?
Yeah.
Fuck you, Mom.
or piss on you when you're changing the diaper if you have a boy.
It's happened to the best of us. Yeah, it's happened to me.
It happens.
Some people like it.
Someone else says rub food in his hair. I assume that's a baby. Might be a 16-year-old. I don't know your life.
Hold on. So this was one that is familiar to us. My 3-year-old grabs my face when I'm talking to someone else and he wants my attention. Is there anything more annoying?
Oh my God, I can't even do it.
Moving your face.
Oh my God.
Touch me again. Fucking touch me again. You goddamn 5-year-old.
I feel really bad because I'm concerned that I've given the 5-year-old a complex now, because back when he was 2 or 3 and he did that, you kind of understood a little bit, and it was so annoying. You'd be like, "No, honey, you don't touch someone's face. You don't touch someone's face." No. And now,
personal space.
And I am the calm, cool, collected one of the bunch around here. If we're,
you know what? It's a curve, right? We're grading on a curve.
Well, it's a low bar, I guess we could say. But he does that, especially now that he's home all the time. And let's say I'm not doing something with him. Let's say I'm on my phone. Fuck it, I'm on my phone. Whatever. He will, like,
grab your chin.
I'm pretty sure I've been having problems with my neck. He might be the problem.
You should sue him.
I should sue that
him.
fucking 5-year-old.
You know what? I got receipts.
I get so violent at this point. I'm just like, oh my God, if you touch me again.
How about this one? My son will reach in like he wants to hug and kiss you and then lick you instead. Don't lick me, all right? My 10-year-old thinks it's funny sometimes to pretend he's a dog. Joke. A couple of people said here their kids pretend to be cats. Somebody was like, we don't have a cat, and my kid will pretend he's a cat. I don't want to be licked by my kid.
Yeah, I don't want to be licked.
Okay, Jesus. That's a separate episode. All right, so...
I just realized that sounded weird.
This one, Ian T. Cummings says... Just put in all caps, I can't open your car door with you standing directly in front of it, which I agree with, which is annoying. And somebody else sent in that they can't stand the way their kids, when they get somewhere, they park the car, their kids won't move. They're sitting in the back like they don't realize they're at their destination and it takes forever for them to get out of the car. That drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Especially if we've been on a road trip and when we get home, we're in our neighborhood for 7 minutes. You know we're 3 minutes from home. Put your shoes on. Get ready. It doesn't happen. I drop my kid at school every day. He knows where we are. We have to get out. We have to put our masks on to get in line to do all that stuff. He's oblivious. Oh, we're there? He has no idea what's going on. And it takes him 10 more minutes to get out of the car. I cannot stand it.
When that said 10-year-old gets out of the car, he just leaves the door open and he just leaves. He just walks away. We live in New York City.
Door wide open.
The other day, we were in this high traffic area where we parked. I sort of got seconds before the car door was just going to get fucking clipped off.
That's what happens to Joe Pesci and Lethal Weapon too.
What? And then he'll walk in the house and also leave that door open.
Yeah.
Go sit down, have a snack. What the fuck? The doors are all open.
Okay, so a couple people said insulting things that their kids will say, where somebody will just say, she calls them aggressive observations, like, Mom, your butt looks old. Or, look, a fat man. That happened. Our 5-year-old pointed, somebody walked by and he was like, she's fat. I'm like, bro, put me on blast.
No,
don't say that about somebody. And my 10-year-old loves telling me that I'm out of shape and I'm fat.
Well, the other day he said you're less out of shape than you were before.
Yeah, but no, that's because he was backpedaling because he noticed I was getting mad that he was calling me fat. Summer Gypsy 5 says that my kid asked me if I'm pregnant and then gently pats my belly. Not pregnant. One time I was at a wedding with somebody I hadn't seen in a really long time, and I said, when's she due? And she's like, oh, I just had the kid. All right, I'll see you later.
Yeah. It's a number one rule, ladies. Back me up.
No, never do that.
Ever. And you've actually seen, we have another good friend.
Better to assume the woman is fat than either pregnant or...
You know, women come in all different sizes. Don't say fat at all, first of all.
I'm sorry.
And I will say that I talk to our kids afterwards all the time, just so people don't think about being everybody's different. Body sizes are different. That's not what matters.
It doesn't mean you're unhealthy, all that stuff. We say it all the time. No body shaming here.
But obviously younger kids are just not going to think. They have questions about stuff, and so they make observations. Our 10-year-old right now, so he does not give me crap about being fat. But lately, and you probably noticed this making me fucking infuriated, he will be earlier today. What was it? It was moments before this podcast. I was trying to get ready and get some stuff done, and I said, ask Dad, that's up to you. I'm not in it, or I'm not taking it.
But they want a yes.
And then, so he's like, well, you never are it. You never take her. You never do it.
You never do anything.
Don't fucking tell me I don't do anything. I will rip your head off.
Son, that's not it. That's not it, kid. Don't come at mommy with that.
It's not going to work. I mean, I'm sure everyone here feels that way, especially after a fucking year of this, nonstop all the time. Tell me I don't do shit.
How about this one?
End you, kid.
Sit on top of the couch back cushions, which mashes them down. So our toddler does that. Our 5-year-old does that. He'll just walk on the couch and then sit on the back of the cushions. That drives me crazy. This guy says, my 7-year-old talks constantly through movies. He repeats everything the characters say. Don't fuck with my movies.
With the movies.
Right? I'm trying to watch this shit. right? I don't need to hear everything. I don't need you talking through it. I don't need you asking questions. I'm watching Falcon and Winter Snowman with my 10-year-old, and the dude starts talking about the costume
Winter
design.
Snowman?
The Winter Snowman. That's a different version. The Winter Soldier.
Soldier.
He'll start speculating about what's going to happen. I'll have to pause it. And there's nothing better, and I do this to her too, like the passive aggressive pause. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm trying to watch this.
Oh my God.
I'm going to pause this and focus on you now, okay? You have something to say? I'm trying to watch this, so here's a fucking pause.
Okay,
Pointed pause.
okay.
My kid, I gotta do that to my kid all the time. That's why it takes 7 hours to watch a 45-minute episode of something.
Here's a question.
Uh-oh.
When we were talking about how the kids accuse me of not doing something, where was the passion that just came out about your winter fucking snowman interruptions?
First of all, it's Winter Soldier. Get it right, okay?
Okay.
Don't talk shit about Bucky Barnes. They ask for a drink or snack and then just sit there staring at me. We're really trying to teach, especially our 10-year-old, more independence.
Which is nice, except for when they do it themselves and
so
then just
bad
destroy the whole kitchen.
So that's the
and
thing.
it's
You
just not even
gotta
worth
weigh
it.
it. You're like, do I want to do some extra work now and get them their stuff, or not get them their stuff and do extra work later, where I have to clean up the mess they've made from getting their own stuff? This guy says, Mikey C in NYC says, punching dad in the old balls. I don't get punched. It's more accidental.
Yeah, that happens occasionally. I don't know. No one punches me in my balls like ever.
So my kids sit on my lap and cuddle right when I'm about to stand up every time. The hammer does that to you, where you're trying to get up or something, and he just will lay on top of you.
Well, and he'll just ask me for things and then lay on me. And he's definitely more, and granted, it's been a hard freaking year, and he's been with us a lot. But, it'll be like, snuggle mommy. And I absolutely love the snuggles. But sometimes the snuggles are clearly designed to basically let me not do anything
dominate.
else. Like, if I'm on a computer, I'm like, I'm ordering groceries, or I'm doing this or doing that. It's like, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to sprawl out all over your entire body. And fuck you, basically.
Fuck you. That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much
aggressive snuggling sometimes. A little aggressive.
Kate Shortstack says after they wash their hands, they flick their fingers in all directions to dry them. So our kids don't do that. I find that annoying. But Detective Munch, when he washes his hands, instead of getting the water out of his hands in the sink basin, I hear him he moves his hands, and this is very specific to me, okay? I
don't even know what you're talking about.
He carries a little puddle of water and just drops it on the floor. And I hear it every time, and it's just a little bit of me dies inside. And I'll even yell at him. I'm like, I just heard that. You didn't do it in the sink basin. You gotta just flick it and get the water out.
Never
it's gonna happen tonight.
Knowing this about you guys.
It's gonna happen tonight.
I do know a lot of people complain too about the globs of toothpaste and
Everywhere.
stuff after. What the fuck do they do in there? I was actually right about that the other day. I don't fucking get it. It's everywhere, and it's so disgusting. And no one in this house cleans out the sinks after them. No one. I only expect one person to clean out the sink after themselves, but that person doesn't do it.
They should do it.
They
I usually end up doing it. I'm very good about cleaning the sink, except for post-shaving. It's really annoying when my 10-year-old shaves and leaves all his scruff there. She keeps blaming it on me. I'm like, it's not my fault. His facial hair came in so quick. He's a slob. Mm-hmm. He is a slob. All right, so I think we'll wrap up with one more pretty universal one where a lot of parents complained about how much their kids talk about video games. All the stories they have to tell. Our kid, for whatever reason, our 10-year-old is obsessed with we got fucking Family Feud from Ubisoft. Is it Ubisoft or Ubisoft? Thank you, Ubisoft. It's a fun game. She lost her mind because she gets so competitive about it.
That already.
But you can customize your characters and change their clothes, and when you win money, you can use that money to change their shoes and their hair and their outfit. My 10-year-old loves that. He had Breath of the Wild for the Switch. And his favorite shit is changing Link's outfit and all this kind of stuff. And he's always, when he's making Iron Man, he's talking about
it. He's obsessed with it, but he
loves
it.
And he loves noticing the new versions of Iron Man's suit and all that shit. And he'll just sit there and he'll just talk about it. We're in the car today. I'm bringing him to school, and he's like, "Oh, and this." I'm like, "Fuck, buddy. I'm colorblind. First of all, I can't even tell the difference. Second of all, I don't care. All right, keep it yourself."
I think that's kind of cool. He said once, he's like, maybe I'd like to be a fashion designer or something, which he has no interest in
No,
what he even
he
wears
has no
every day.
interest
He
in
has no
fashion at all.
idea. He doesn't care. Like, it doesn't matter. He would put on anything.
I think it's more just like the options of like a computer game, like just having options to like change stuff and personalize it. I think is what he likes the most.
Yeah, well, I think it's the age where you're trying to
That
like
takes
get
too
your own
long.
personality a little bit.
Takes too long to do.
But yeah, no. I mean, I don't mind him doing that. In fact, one of my favorite parts of Family Feud is actually dressing, except for they dressed me and they made me look like a real idiot at Ubisoft, by the way.
Ubisoft made you look like a real idiot, or our kids made you look
No,
like a
our
real
kids.
idiot?
It was our kids.
Yeah, well, again, they don't know what they're doing. But
they do talk a lot. The 10-year-old will be like, we'll be alone, and he'll be like, oh, we have some time to talk, and it's just like,
tell you about what he accomplished.
Some story that, or what they made in Minecraft, and they're explaining it in such detail, and I'm just like,
it's like Greek.
I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't. Like,
Not
I
only
actually
do I
want
not
to talk and hang
understand
out with
you,
you, but I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Not only do I not understand what you're talking about, I don't give a shit about your fucking video game. It's like me talking about fantasy football. You love it when I tell you about how, like, in 2007, I should have just played Gronkowski instead of Lance Kendricks, and I would have made it to the championship game. God, I'll never forget that. I will never.
We got married in 2007. Do you remember that?
No, I don't. God Only Knows. We played God Only Knows.
Oh, the song?
Yeah. Remember? It was also
or God Only Knows Why I Married You.
God Only Knows Why I Married You. It's got a lot of different meanings. All right. So that was the end of this episode. It was a hell of an ending. Thank you for noticing.
Yeah, I know, right? There's so much more we can talk about.
There's so much more we talk about.
Kids are annoying, especially a year into a pandemic.
I think our 100th episode is coming up. I asked for some questions. Probably ask again. We want to get as many as we can.
What are we going to talk about?
I think we're just going to answer questions. So if you have any specific questions, feel free to hit me in my DMs. Even hit her. If you
am
want,
I doing this?
I think so. I don't know. It might be next week. I don't know. Look, I'm not good with
Sure.
scheduling. You can always listen and subscribe. Please subscribe and like. And if you want, leave a review on Apple, Spotify, or whatever. You can throw us some money at Patreon if you want. 100 episodes. Most podcasts don't make it this far, right? So it's a testament to us having nothing better to do. This is like maybe her 10th episode. What do you think? 10?
No, I think I've done more
15?
than that because it really started this year. I literally never listened to it before. And still don't.
You're a valued member of the team. I appreciate you being here. You really bring a lot to the table.
If you really want me on this episode, we're going to have to talk cash and, have your people talk to my people. But do follow, subscribe, do all that shit.
Oh, yeah. Dad and Buried, Mom and Buried on Instagram. If you know any more porn stars that want to share my stuff, go for it. You know what? I'll reach a new demographic.
Also,
I'm okay with it.
Non-porn stars are fun, too.
Non-porn stars are great. I love everybody.
Equal
I don't shame anybody.
opportunity love here.
I'm not going to shame anybody. All right, so
guys.
we will catch you next week. Maybe it'll be an all-star. Maybe it'll be me, you, and Pete answering questions. We'll see.
Look at that.
Thanks for listening.
All right. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Thanks.
I don't know why you would still be watching this isn't a Marvel movie, no matter how much I look like Paul Rudd, which you can deny it all you want. It's there in the eyes, I think. I'm young looking like him. If you enjoyed the podcast, which you obviously did or you wouldn't be listening still, sign up on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you want to listen to. Comment here on YouTube, subscribe, hit that like button. We want to hear from you. Comments, questions, dirty jokes, money, all the money you can give us. We'd love it all. Catch you next time.